Hey guys, welcome back to the Crypto Wave. A couple updates. Today is Saturday, March 12th. It's about 3 o'clock Pacific time. We are obviously patiently waiting. The last update we had from FOREX was this right here. We want to meet the public demands, blah, 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 blah. We talked about this. We're going to launch a PIGGS version 2. That PIGGS version 2, we're going to have to push all of our PIGGS over to a new wallet or a new address. Yada, 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 yada. Anybody who's been following along for the last 3-4 days knows that this is the message that's been getting pushed in the Telegram. No updates. So being that no updates up till today, being that we've been sitting here patiently waiting for any type of update, and we finally got something today. As you know, the animal farm itself, if you come over to the farms, these are all still paused. The pools are paused. The pig pen is paused. Everything is paused, all because of the piggy bank. Somebody, when piggy bank launched, somebody was able to bot it early. Once they botted it, they were able to get a significant amount of piglets and truffles, started draining the contract, and here we are. So, what is the latest and greatest? Well, let's go down here, all the way back down to the bottom. Let me find the statement. Give me 1 second here. It was here. Up. Sorry. I was going to have this lined up here, but we're going to go through this in just a moment. I just need to find the screens that show that he is migrating things. Here we go. So this afternoon, approximately, I don't know, hour and a half ago, he started posting these block screenshots and says, going through the block by block, pulling the actions from PIGGYBANK, running through all the gifted stakes now. Updates from there. This is why we recreate it at a higher staking seeded amount. Hoping that we can start having people send in their version 1 pigs and pigs LP tomorrow. Tomorrow, I would imagine he means a Sunday, as currently it is Saturday. Where else did he say? He had some more information on that. Everything is the same. Just early buyers will have less price impact, meaning people who got in after them got a better exchange rate. So people will have the ability to compound all their small stakes, which is actually good because I know some people who, because of that compound value, the 2,529,000 value, the bonuses come off of compounding every day. And if somebody had a very low amount of piglets, they weren't hitting that mark every day, so they weren't able to compound. Because they weren't able to compound, they were going to be losing out on some of the bonuses that's required on compounding every day. So it's actually good. What he's actually doing is, it sounds like they're going to move everything over, eliminate the people who are very, very high end on their trade-in value when they put in LP. And with that, they're also going to increase the value, or I'm sorry, not the value, the amount of piglets ratio. So in essence, you can compound at a smaller value. So anybody who had a smaller value that wasn't able to compound each day should be able to now at this point. So let's see. The farms and pools are not changing. You can keep your money in them. Well, we've already known that. My money's actually still been sitting there. Unfortunately, I haven't garnered, because if I had it over on PancakeSwap or someplace else, I'd at least be generating some income over these last few days, but I didn't. But you know, it's okay. I'm still an animal farm maximalist, so we're going to see what happens there. So let's see. The only reason we are relaunching Pigs token is because a couple botters have way too many of them, and we have no good way of blacklisting them since they hold LPs unless we launch the version 2. We just talked about that. Somebody says, what's going to happen with the generated rewards? Nothing. They're just paused. Let's see what happens when this is all done. They're going to start back up again, so they'll be unpaused, because again, there was nothing wrong with the dogs token and such, and there's nothing wrong with the farm itself. It was paused because those generate dogs. Those dogs generate pigs. Pigs was a bit compromised because of the piggy bank and the botters. They had a excessive amount of pig LP and were able to withdraw 10, 15, 20x what they put into it each day. So that's where all this is coming down to. So he had said something else down here. Where is it? Sorry if you hear my cat in the background. He's meowing, trying to come in here. Here it is. As usual, all our code works perfectly fine, and we know that because it's been inspected by RugDoc as well as Paladin. And not only that, but it's been tried, true, and tested through the animal farm as well as Drip, and as well as other platforms that he's made. The issue we had is due to using the same launch metrics as the Drip Garden, but Drip Garden didn't get botted by snipers buying $500,000 at launch. People would have just used the contract normally. None of this would have been an issue. Of course, I knew sniping would be an issue, so I suggested before launch that we increase the seeding amount. But my partner brought up that if we increase it too much, it would make it even worse for smaller users because the cost of buying a whole piglet would be higher, and you need to be able to buy a whole piglet in order to compound. So this is, again, what they're trying to do. Some people put in LP, but they didn't have enough for a piglet. But in order to compound and get that daily bonus, you need to have at least one piglet per day because the compounding value had to be at an equivalent of 2,529,000. So, of course, where were we at? Smaller users, because of our countdown launch was ticking down and we felt we needed to make a quick decision, we felt it was a safer decision would be to go with what worked with the Drip Garden. It was a major lesson learned. We will never use such a launch date until everything is 100% done, so we don't feel pressure to make a decision. If we had one more day or even a couple more hours, we would have realized, started with a higher seeding amount plus increasing the piglet supply relative to truffles. This way, it doesn't cost more than a fraction of a cent to buy a whole piglet. Lessons learned. We did not have protocols to prevent disaster. We did have protocols to prevent disaster, which is basically what they did. And what those protocols was that they're able to pause everything. They weren't able to take your funds. Everybody I know is freaking out saying, what's the difference between this and a bank and what Russia does and what all these other countries do where they can just freeze your accounts. He didn't freeze your account. At any given time, you could have pulled all your money off of Animal Farm minus what you had in the piggy bank, unfortunately. But that was the compromise system there. But all the other stuff you have staked in the farms and pools, you could have withdrew at any time. So he did have the capability to stop the emissions, so to stop the value being provided by the platform, which will then be resumed here shortly. So that is the latest and greatest. So what does that mean? What I am looking for, let's just make sure there's nothing new in the last couple of minutes. It does not look like it. What that means for us is that we should be getting an update, and I wish it was in the form of an AMA because there's going to be so many questions. For instance, since these have been paused, I know they haven't been generating anything. My guess is because these were not affected, you should just be able to compound these smack dab right back into whatever you usually do with your compound. The question is on the back end, I would imagine, as we know with all the rehypothecation, the values being provided by this are being mined on the back end on PancakeSwap, and that has been generating, I would imagine, has been generating income for Animal Farm as a whole, because I would doubt that he paused that because that emission is based out of PancakeSwap. So the question is, all these days that's been going, it's just been accumulating. Where is it going to go? Is it going to go towards buybacks simply because we know that this started taking a pretty major hit as things were coming to fruition here? Is he going to use that to maybe do some buybacks? Is he going to do that to start boasting up this treasury again? What is going on the back end with that rehypothecation value? Secondly, in the pig pen, I believe he said we're going to have to unstake out of here and move those values over, as well as any type of LPs that you're currently holding in your wallet. Anything pig related basically needs to get pushed over to Pig's version 2 in one manner or another. So these are easy. These are in wallet, so I can just send them. PiggyBank would be easy because you can the pig pen will be easy simply because you can just withdraw this and then send it over. My question, though, is in the PiggyBank, which I'm imagining is going to be automatic, but I got things in here for multiple years, multiple days, multiple weeks. These are not able to be unstaked without that emergency penalty. So I'm hoping, if that is indeed the case, all of these piglets and LPs here automatically go over and start over in a new time lock. That's kind of what I'm hoping. These numbers will be different. These piglet numbers are going to be different. These truffle numbers are going to be different simply because the ratio is going to be different once he kicks everything over here. So that's the latest and greatest from Animal Farm. Big news today. We does look like we have an end in sight. I, for one, cannot wait simply because we need to get this thing rocking and rolling again. Drip is still rocking and rolling. If you guys aren't in Drip, I just compounded a little while ago. This is still rocking and rolling. He had a lot of focus on Drip to start getting promotion and pushing this out. The new UI should be coming pretty soon. He's got some deals in the work on the back end. This was just a blip in the road, and I feel like it's stalled. There's going to be a lot of people that are probably going to be selling off. I would say if you're in this, anticipate these values to go down a bit more. There is going to be a sell-off. Don't panic, in my opinion. Well, at least I'm going to only speak for myself. I'm not going to panic. Everybody's sitting here with all this money ready to be harvested. So the moment this gets unpaused, I would imagine there's going to be a lot of people harvesting this who are fearful or nervous or whatever the case may be. And what are they going to do? They're probably going to dump it on the market. Dog's currently at $43, which means this is probably going to dump, in my opinion. Pigs may dump as well because there's going to be people who sell it that just want to exit because they don't like the way this played out. Those will be good buying opportunities, in my opinion. So keep an eye on this graph when you see those dumps and see where you think it's going to bounce. I'm not good at reading graphs, as you guys know, but do it at your own risk. But with that being said, once that blip is done and we're back on track and the rehypothecation starts kicking in again, the fees start kicking in again, the farming starts kicking in again, and we're back on track again. Although this is going to set us back a few weeks, maybe even a month, as people's loyalty, or whatever you want to call it, confidence in the platform starts growing back up again. We're going to start seeing some all-time highs again. So that's about all I can think of for the moment. So thanks for tuning in. I'll leave it there, and I will update you as things come along. Just be prepared tomorrow for some updates from the Telegram. I may not get on video tomorrow, so just pay attention to the Telegram. That way you guys can send your pig stuff based on whatever instructions he provides. So, all right, guys, have a great day, and thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this video around if you think it was helpful. If you guys have any questions, drop it in the comments, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.